Hello everybody and welcome back to another video, and today we are doing a little bit of something different that I don't usually do. We are doing a Vault Hunters somewhat of a playthrough. We're actually going to go over some classes and stuff that you can do in Vault Hunters, and we're going to start off by getting myself back into first person, and we're going to go to our page up here, and we're going to look at a few abilities that you can spec into. The very first ability I recommend speccing into is something called Heal. This is probably, this is an S tier. There is no question about it. This is an S tier ability. I recommend if you want to, you can fully spec into this. Always be a good choice. This is probably the best, and I'll show you why this is one of the best abilities. I just got hit by him. Oh, I'm already back up to full health. Oh man, I'm not on full health. I heal. And when you can't heal in the vaults, this is an extremely powerful ability. So I recommend if this is like one of your very first abilities you're taking, take this ability. I know I didn't have much of an intro, but I was just trying to jump right into it. But yes, this is an S tier ability, and I do recommend speccing into it if you guys can. Now, the very next ability I really, really love is, depending on what you're going for, if you're going for a damage or range damage, Javelin is just absolutely one of the best abilities to spec into. It does based off of your damage. So let's say you had a sword that does 100 damage, this will do 100% or more of your damage. It's amazingly powerful, and then you can also spec into specializations that allow you to do a lot of cool things. I'm not going to spec into this because I'm wanting to do a very interesting build. I'm wanting to do a tank build, so that is not going to be one of the best ones for me. But I do recommend it for anybody that is new to the game, and anybody that is like, oh, I do want a long-range ability. That is a very good one. For a tank ability, for my next ability I'm going to spec into is I'm going to spec into Mana Shield. If you have a great mana build, this is a great one to go with. It will absorb some of your mana. It'll absorb 20 mana, but it will absorb 100% of your damage. So every time you take damage, it'll take 20 mana, but it will cancel 100% of your damage. You can also go into Retribution. Retribution is a very, very powerful skill. It only allows you to absorb 50 when you're at max level with it, but it is very good because it does do more damage. But again, I'm not going for a damage build. And Implode doesn't even take the damage. It's just more for damage. So that is the very first two I spec'd into. I'm going to go over these and what I would rank them. For a tank build, this is definitely an S tier if you just leave it on normal. Absorbs 100% of your damage, so if you're going for a tank build, an amazing, amazing, amazing thing to spec into. The next one I'm going to cover is Taunt. I'm going to go over mostly the tanks, because that's what I'm going to do in the new series I'm going to do, hopefully. If I don't, it's super sad, but I'm not going to actually tell you anything just in case I don't end up doing it, but this is one of the abilities I'm going to be speccing into, Taunt. It basically makes the mobs around you in a radius and angering them towards you and making them vulnerable for a duration of time, which that doesn't sound very useful. That's why we're going to spec into it. We're going to spec into a specialization. Gosh, I can't speak today. Fear. Instead of making the mobs come near you and attacking you, it will actually make them run away from you, allowing you also to proc heal, or another word for proc is use. So that is why I'm going to take into Fear. It can also be a pretty good duration of Fear, and you can also get other stuff to improve your levels of it. Okay, the next thing I'm going to spec into is Hold on once again. Let me see if I can find it. I know it's in here. Where is it? Oh, is it Battle Cry? Yes, it is. Uh, Battle Cry is an ability that drains the essence of mobs and basically releases. It's hard to explain, but I'm gonna read what they have. It says it drains the essence of mobs around you, gathering battle cry stacks, and releases an amount of stacks, giving you bonus attack damage on your next direct on hit attack. The stacks will fizzle after a duration of time, if not used. The radius is pretty good for the very starting one, but I'm most likely gonna max this one out, and I'm not gonna take it for that single one. I'm gonna take it for Spectral Battle Cry. Spectral Cry. Drain the essence of mobs around you, gathering battle cry stacks, and releasing an amount of stacks, adding ability power as damage on your next direct on hit attack. There's also Lucky Battle Cry. Drain the essence of mobs and gives you bonus amount of lucky hit chance, which is also good, but that's for more of something I don't want to be doing. This is a great one if you are going to be doing a lot of more of abilities like Nova, which does an ability. It uses ability power, but it does a certain amount of damage with your ability power in a radius. So that's a very good one for that, and I'm gonna take it into it because I'm gonna be using Blizzard Arrow, and the reason I'm taking into this is because it's very powerful. It basically it rains down ice and makes the mobs freeze. And if you also have Frostbite, which is another ability I'm going to be speccing into, maxed out, you will have a 20% hit chance of, like, making them die instantly. So that is a very good ability for a dude that wants to go for tank. Another great ability is Last Stand. While below 20% max health, you're going to lose less and less health as you have this up. So Last Stand is another great talent to have, and that is why I'm going to spec into it, and it's super fun, super great. If you guys also want to go, if you ever plan on playing Vault Hunters, I recommend just going through everything and looking at everything how you want to look at it. So just do that. The next ability I'm going to spec in, or talent I'm going to spec into is Life Leech. It'll basically help me drain the power or the health from any incoming attacks or when I'm dealing attacks to a mob. It's basically like a vampire power. So we're going to spec into that. And by the way, there's other stuff that will be coming out in the next update, which is what I'm going to be doing on the new series for Vault Hunters. So I will be doing a lot of that. So if you guys are excited for that, or if you are interested in watching that, I recommend basically looking at Iskal's video on the update, and it looks so cool what he adds to the talents and everything else. But that is all the talents and abilities I want. Yet I still have 44 points. Well, what am I going to spend them on? Since I already spec'd into something that improves my ability power, I'm going to select into Fireball. And I'm most likely going to do Fire Volley, which allows me to do a lot more damage with my ability power. So I'm going to spec into that, and then we're also going to spec into Ghost Walk. Allows me to walk around mobs and away from mobs without them seeing me and like just being able to walk right through them. It's a very good ability. It costs 25 mana, max level, but its cooldown is extremely long. But there's always ways to make cooldowns down, cooldown faster. Sorry, I can't speak today. Again. So that is a great way to get away from bad mobs. I'm also going to spec into Shell, because while active, Shell will give you Hardened Skin, which giving you a chance to stun mobs when getting hit. And this is a pretty good one, so if you're trying to run and just run through the vault, this is a great one to spec into. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. So that is what I was doing was I was specking into Shell mainly because it stuns mobs. And you might be like, okay, it stuns mobs, that's not that good. But if you also get dazed, you can make it where you may have an increased amount of damage. And I'm gonna go out of here and kill this stupid zombie. And let's just do this. There we go. I'm not in harm's way anymore. But we'll go into here and we are gonna look at more abilities slash talents and stuff I might want to take. Of course, you're gonna always want to have a few levels in Dash and a few levels in Vein Miner. These are just basically necessities you need for Vault Hunters. Super good abilities, but of course you guys don't actually have to spec into them. It's just something I recommend if you do want an extra thing to use. Vein Miner basically allows you to mine a whole bunch of things at once with basically one swing of your pickaxe. It's really great for basically anything. And of course, I'm also going to take... I don't know, actually. I don't know what else I'm going to take. I think that's all I'm going to do for setting up right now. But I'm going to set up some armor, and I will show you guys that in just a minute. But I'll be right back. I forgot to mention one thing. Sometimes I won't be specking into strength. I feel like it's too overpowered, and it's not really, in my opinion, that too much needed for me at least. But I am going to be specking 1 into speed because I want to be able to increase my haste by 2, and yet I still only have 2 skill points. So I'll most likely put that actually into the last haste. I don't know if they're going to have 3 levels of haste in the next update, and if they don't, that is super sad. So actually, I'm going to spec into, I don't know actually. I guess I'll spec into strength, even though I don't use it that much. I will spec into it just because, you know, it doesn't hurt. So I just wanted to make sure I told you guys that and where we are. So yeah, and I'm going to go set up the armor now. Hello everybody, welcome back again. I am back after rolling a few gear. I had to install a mod that makes it where I can upgrade my crafting proficiency so I didn't have to run a bunch of vaults to get good gear. And this is what I got. I got a pretty good helmet crafted up. I'm of course gonna have to fix up some things on there, like fixing up the suffixes. This is the chest plate I decided I'm gonna use. Of course, I'm gonna have to add suffixes. And then, of course, here is the leggings, which I thought I could just re-roll everything on it. It was not that good, but it was the best with ability power, so I decided to take that for its ability power. And then we have this, which is, of course, is missing suffixes. I don't know why there's so many suffixes missing, but we are going to, of course, be using this as my boots. The main reason is because of the health and the armor. I was kind of wanting to get more health on all of these, but it looked like I wasn't going to get that other than these. This might be the only one. And of course, I'm going to hopefully get max roll on health. But that is hopefully what I'm going to get. That is my helmet, my leggings, and my boots. If you guys want the mod for the link, I'll leave the link to the mod in this. It's made by a fan of Vault Hunters, and I'm gonna increase the sword level, and I'm gonna roll a few swords with you guys. So if I do this, and then I do sword, and then I go, you have to go all the way until it's red for it to be max level, and of course we do want max level. And I'm always going to be precautious and put a sword in there. But let's see what swords I get. These should all be like an epic or higher. Ooh, that actually not bad. That's pretty bad. Not bad. And like, see, you can get into like 100 attack damage. I'll probably actually might use that. I don't know. We're still looking through these, so as we look, we should be looking for certain things as like maybe, I don't know, maybe healing efficiency, other stuff to help increase my chances of survival. Yeah, all of this stuff looks like it can be all thrown out. It's not that good of gear. That's sad to say, but it isn't that good. And of course, I'm gonna go most likely with this one, but we're gonna roll a few more pieces because it didn't take long to roll that. Because I took a minute and I found out about this mod, so that's what took really the longest part of this. Of course, we're gonna put that down there, and we're gonna look out for max damage or anything else. That's chaining attack, which is really nice, but its damage is really low. And of course, we do want a high amount of damage. We run into a 4.95 attack damage. We're most likely, we might take that actually. We're gonna set it down there because that is what I'm willing to save. What is that? 0.95? We'll keep that there. Ooh, this is actually really, really good. Has a high soul chance, has a high attack amount of damage. And we're gonna take that actually. I think that's basically the highest I can get, unless I rolled for better attack damage, which I'm not gonna do that because that'd just be goofy. Unless I can find another one, yeah. That's basically as good as it can come. So we're gonna throw out the rest, and we're gonna most likely use one of those amazing looking cool transmogs. I do gotta say, I do love these transmogs. Also, I was rushing through because I don't want this to be too long of a video where I have to edit down like 5 hours. So I'm still kind of rushing through, but I'm taking a little bit more time, which we're gonna need focuses. Focus. Let's just go to the vault. I can't spell well, which sucks, but I'm working on it. Let's see. Can we find the focuses? I thought I might show you guys how it works to set up gear, and like show you the process of it all. So that is what I'm doing right now. So we're going to put all of these in here. I probably got too many, but that's okay. We're going to need some bronze. And we're going to, of course, need vault bronze. So if we do that, do this, do that, and just fill up my whole inventory full of bronze to add stuff onto it. And of course, we can throw all of that in there. And then, of course, we're gonna need a bunch of plating. So plating. And there's all the plating. I shouldn't need any more than that. If I do, well, I'm probably forging too much, and I should stop. So, mana regen, which is actually really good, to be completely honest. I do like that. Ooh, that is also really good. That's actually a pretty good pair of boots. That's definitely going to be my main pair. And then these are going to be, of course, re-rolled. So let's get wild focus. Then we will get a whole bunch in there. Yeah, I'm kind of going through this slowly, but this is basically the process, and I was just showing you guys how long the process can take. And that's actually not too bad. Let's see. Those are pretty good pants. we're gonna save those, and then with putting on the gear we have right now, let's go into survival, and we should be able to tell 141, not much plus health, but to be honest, I will most likely get all of the plus health out of the shield, so I was expecting to be that high on damage. And of course we have trinkets we're going to need to set up, but we're going to set that up later. So this is basically all I was really wanting to show you guys, how to, like, how rolling works and how it, oh, actually those aren't too bad. That's a good sword actually. Okay, but as I was saying, I was just wanting to show you guys the process of this. I'll most likely cut back to once I have all of my, like, my shield maxed out and everything else like that. But yeah, that's basically it for right now. Ooh, not bad roll. Actually, yeah, not bad rolls at all. Okay, that's my armor basically for right now, and I'll come back to you guys once I have more set up. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys this, and yeah, I just made a dumb mistake. If you guys notice, my armor is not on me anymore. I accidentally clicked on this and I destroyed everything other than my shield. Oh, I feel so dumb. Ugh. I think I have made copies. This is why you make copies, guys. This is why you make copies. This will make it a lot easier. I should have just put them all in here. Ugh. No! But this is just a part of the going through it in creative process. Okay, guys, that's all I really wanted to say. I messed up. I messed up big time. I'll be back once I have a good piece of gear or something after I have my setup, and yeah. Okay, I'm back, and I do have, it's a little bit worse on the armor spectrum, but it is so much better on the health spectrum. So here I used an extension forge to do this, so you most likely will not be able to get all of these transmogs, but this is what I got. I got a armor with 24 armor, plus 6 health, plus 42 ability power, 7 resistance, empty prefix, which I can actually add armor to that empty prefix, an empty suffix. We also have this, which I think is great. We have this, which I can add armor to that. And I also have these. So that's the armor, which I'm going to edit a little bit more. Here is the sword, which I did go over negative 80 crafting potential to get it where it is now. And I'm actually really, to be honest, I'm very happy with that. And I have this incredible Thorns shield, which I think is great for tanks. Some people don't think so. I'm like, I beg to differ. But this is the shield. I do really like it. So with crits, I do 217 in between there. And without crits, 145 to 146, I believe is the max I've seen. But, you know, that is the dummy. So now we're going to build a portal. So vault, stone, and we're going to just take some normal vault stone and then put it down. And I think we're going to do, I don't have my abilities bound, but well, I just wanted to show you guys the abilities. I'm going to be speccing into when I get to a level 100 in that one run. And I just need a crystal. Oh, I forgot. I need a trinket. For the trinkets, I'm going to be using giants. I guess I won't. Trinket. I'm going to put a bunch of these in my inventory. Oh, I actually got the ones I wanted. I'm going to be using a Giant's Heart, which is plus 25% max health. That's the red trinket, and the Stone of Jordan, which is plus 1 to all abilities, so that should make me pretty powerful. And I'll swap in between Treasure Goggles and that, or mainly Cufflinks, which is a cooldown reduction. Super good for any run. I'm going to hopefully start out with a Golden Burger once I get a trinket. That's the plan, at least. So that, or I don't know what else I'd want. Man, maybe a Crystal Ball. But that, I think I actually got every single trinket there. Lucky Goose. Picture of a Goose is also really good. That's item rarity, and that can be very, very good. And now let's do Altar. 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 Uh-oh. Vault. Altar, maybe? There we go. I found it. Okay. So we're going to put this down on top of this. We're going to need a rock of any type. Let's do a cake vault for this run. Actually, let's just do normal rock. Put that in there, and then we're going to need sugar cane, redstone, stone. And this is just so I can show you guys how good this gear is. And then we're going to need puffer fish, and now we need a button. And I could make a pickaxe, but I'm not really actually going for the loot, even though I do have very good levels of item rarity and item quantity. I'd rather just not spend time trying to actually loot. I can, but I'll probably just go into creative for that. And we're going to just put this in here for that time being. And I think we're going to go and do that. I'm not even at max health, which is totally insane that I'm over 3 bars, plus having this much armor. And it's actually better than what I was going to run. So I'm glad I actually did what I did. And time to go into this vault. And we're going to just run it really quickly. Oh, just turn around. Let the vault roll. And if you guys saw that shot, that is basically shading, but better. And that's just a little bit. Let's see my item rarity. Not too bad. I'm just going to end it actually in here, the video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed me watching me build my kit for this new season of Vault Hunters. I'm about to hopefully start. If I don't get into YouTube making, I'm so sorry. School is about to start up again for me, and it sucks. I hate school, as I think everybody does, but that's fine. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next video, and